Hello there, boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for stopping by, and today in the Manchester United save we have the FA Cup semi-final against Aston Villa and the quarter-final of the Champions League first leg against Paris Saint-Germain. And we've already got our transfer budget for next season, 140 million to spend next year with a £4 million wage budget. So what I want from you is, in the comment section, if we need to sign anybody, who and where do you feel we need to strengthen? So in the comment section down below, who we need, either who you want me to sign, or what positions you think we need to sign as well. First up today, though, as always, we've got a little bit of a roundup. Last time we met was against Lokomotiv Moscow and Liverpool. We then followed that up with a 1-0 win away at Craven Cottage against Fulham. Marcus Rashford coming off the bench and scoring the winning goal there just after the hour mark. And then at home against Wolves, they played a very, very defensive line. I think 5 at the back, 4 in midfield and then 1 up top. And we had to wait just after the hour mark yet again for Juan Mata to score a wonderful free kick. And then Romelu Lukaku scoring 2 minutes before time, just to make it a little bit comfortable for us. And they were played really quick succession. So we played Fulham on the Sunday, and then we played Wolves literally just on the Wednesday. So we only had 48 hours between Wolves and Villa, so it could be quite tight on how we get on today. But as you can see from the league, we are 15 points clear. I think that's 15 points. Let's do a bit of quick maths. 14 points clear of Chelsea. Playing really well, good guns. We've got 6 games left in the season, so we probably only need 1 or 2 more wins in the league for us to kind of really sanction it to say that we're going to be champions this year. City have got Cardiff this weekend, and Chelsea have got Bournemouth at home, so they keep up the chase. Then the final 4 finishes with Tottenham on 60 points with 4th, then Liverpool and Arsenal just behind them. So we played Villa today, and Villa are in the Championship. They see themselves in 6th, so they're in the playoff places, but lots of teams behind them, like Birmingham, West Brom, Bristol, Blackburn and Brentford, all literally either a point or 2 points behind them in the race for that final spot, and say Hull aren't safe there either. So really hotting up in the Championship, so they find themselves 6th, so it could they could mix up their players today in their starting lineup. This is what we're going with today. We've got De Gea in goal, Dalot, Bailly, Varane and Shaw at the back line, Matic and Pogba in the middle of midfield, Martial on the left, Lingard on the right, Mata in behind Lukaku. On the bench, Lindelof, Young, Pellegrini, Herrera, Sanchez, Chong and Marcus Rashford. Let's get into it. FA Cup semi-final against Villa. Let's go, boys. Here we go then, FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, and we're in our red and white. They're in their change strip of white and claret, and we're looking for a big win in this game. Tammy Abraham though through, and David De Gea just pushing that around the corner, and it's a Villa corner now. Jack Grealish is going to whip this in. They're starting with a 4-2-3-1, and David De Gea catches that really comfortably. Mata now for us, free corner, whipping it in. Dalot's there, and it's right at Nyland. Anywhere else other than that, and it's a goal for the young Portuguese fullback. And they get the ball forward to trying to find O'Hare, but Varane does really well in launching that forward. But now Martial going to cut inside. Can he go on goal? Finds Lukaku, but Lukaku shoots and scores. 1-0 to United. Lukaku's 22nd goal of the season. He is now coming into a little bit of form. Martial, probably our player of the season so far this year, making the assist, cutting in from that left hand side, finding Romelu Lukaku, and he just puts his foot through it. 1-0 United. Dalot with a throw in into Lingard. Can Lingard get the ball in? Goes back to Pogba. Pogba shoots and hits it just over. He had all the time in the world, did Paul Pogba, there to get the ball on target, but didn't get there. Mata whipping the ball and can't beat the first man. And now Luke Shaw is going to fire the ball back at him. Back to Juan Mata. Back to Luke Shaw. Taking on the outside into Nemanja Matic. And back to Varane. Good possession football here from United into Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba shoots. Paul Pogba scores. 9th goal of the season for him. Matic coming back into the side for this one. And it's 2-0 to United. Matic just playing the ball back to Varane, and he gets the ball back, and as said before, really calming influence in the middle of midfield, and Pogba just puts his foot through that. Nyland, absolutely no chance. 12 minutes gone. United 2-0 up. Since that Paul Pogba chance though, no other highlights in that half. Absolutely dominant display from United. 14 shots to their 1, but they did get it on target, which was the one right at the start of play, and we're really dominant in this display. Going to go to my team talk. I'm just going to say passionately. Very happy with how things are going. Keep it up. Lukaku on a 7.2, Pogba on an 8.2. Puts us in good stead for that game against PSG. Nyland just after just at the start of the second half finds Balassi, but Varane does really well there and tackles O'Hara, and then we get the ball forward to Anthony Martial. He's taking on 4 or 5 men. Lukaku there. Lukaku picks up the pieces. 23rd goal of the season for the Belgium, and it's now 3-0 to United again. Really good defensive display by Rafael Varane. We get the ball forward to Anthony Martial, and he just runs at players. He gets tackled, it falls to Lukaku, and he just places it into the corner, and it's 3-0 United. Adomah now with the ball at his feet on the right hand side, and he takes on 3 men there and has to go back to El Mohammadi into McGinn, and Lukaku's doing really well in pressing that ball back to Chester and finds Adomah back on that right hand side into McGinn, and McGinn now finds Jack Grealish with a little bit of pocket of space, and it's good patient play here from Villa. First chance they've had to really come forward into Balassi, into Jack Grealish, and they've got one back. Villa 1, United 3. Really good move from Villa. First one that we've seen since the start of the very start of the first half, and McGinn gets the ball out to Taylor, and he gets a really good ball into Balassi. Balassi then just has a little bit of composure and pushes it back to Jack Grealish. Good finish from Jack, and it's Villa 1, United 3. Mata now whipping this corner in, trying to find Varane. It falls to Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw's first goal of the season. Quite fortuitous, really. The ball landed to him on the edge of the box, and again, really good accomplished finish from Luke. Mata whipping this ball in, trying to find Varane there, but just falls to Luke Shaw, and on his right foot sends Nyland the wrong way. 25 minutes to go. United have gone 4-1 up. And there we have it. United have won 4-1. That Luke Shaw goal put a nail in Villa's coffin. Nothing happened after that. Really good display. 22 shots, 11 on target. Good percentage of possession as well. Only limiting Villa to 3 shots, 2 of them on target. The goal was really well worked, but too little too late for Villa. We now go into the biggest game of all, and that's the quarter-final of the Champions League against PSG. Right then, biggest game of the season so far, quarter-final of the Champions League, first leg at Old Trafford against Paris Saint-Germain. Before we get into it though, we have had our finest opponent for the FA Cup final, and we will play Leeds. So yeah, a clash of the Yorkshire-Lancashire derby against Leeds in the final of the FA Cup. So big game at the end of the season. But as I said, let's get into this one though, and this will be the team. I'm not going to change a single thing from that team that played against Villa. They play fantastically well, really good work goals, and 4-1 against them, and why would you change a winning team? So we're going to get into this. We'll see what Paris Saint-Germain are bringing to Old Trafford as well. So let's start at 4-3-3. Buffon in goal, Meunier, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva and Kurzawa are the back line. Pizarro in front of them, Barrios and Campbell in the middle of midfield. So midfield 3, probably not the strongest it could be. And then you've just got the forward 3 though of sheer pace and quality. Neymar, Mbappe and Cavani. On the bench, Di Maria is there, Vasquez is there, Kimpembe is there as well. So they do have people to bring on if they need to. But yeah, midfield, it's not as strong as I thought it'd be. So yeah, that could be a gap for us to exploit 100%. We are gonna say on a good run lately, go out there and impress me, and just passionately follow that up with I have faith in you. Go out there and make the difference. As I said, biggest game of the season so far, and fingers crossed we can go into the second leg with a positive result. Mata, first highlight, whipping that ball and into Luke Shaw, and he heads it just wide. Luke Shaw getting himself in and amongst it in corners in recent games. From that header though, Paris Saint-Germain have got a highlight. They're going to launch that ball forward to Cavani, but Varane as well, but doesn't find a United player. Meunier getting the ball into Barrios, and they're trying to find Cavani over the top. Martial gets a foot in there, gets in the way of Matic, and Cavani picks up the ball. Meunier again, trying to find a way down that right hand side, and Bailly now just puts his foot through it, and now Juan Mata picks up that ball into Romelu Lukaku. He's got Pogba on his right hand side. Pogba goes for a shot, hits the bar, and they get it clear. Great counter-attacking football from United there. Mata again whipping this ball in. Can he find someone? He can. Varane at the back post. Matic is there and he scores. Varane at the back post nodded it down. Martial couldn't get it in. It fell to, I think it was Pogba first, and then Matic put his foot through it. First goal of the season for the midfielder Mata. Let's see this again. Whip the ball in. Varane nodded it down. Yeah, Martial, great great block on the line. Pogba then got a block, and then Matic put that in. 16 minutes gone. United 1, Paris Saint-Germain 0. Neymar with a free kick goes short to Campbell. Pogba's on it, and he goes for a shot, cross, I'm not quite sure, with Neymar, and De Gea picks that up pretty simply, and he's got to try and find a United player, and he rolls it out to Varane. Now we get the ball into Martial, and he finds Lukaku over the top. Lukaku's there, and Buffon makes a massive save against the Belgian. Lukaku should be doing better there. Neymar trying to go over the top, and Varane cuts that ball out again. Now Lingard with the ball at his feet, trying to find Lukaku in that channel. Mata's free, Mata shoots, and Buffon makes another big save. We could have been out of sight already with 3 or 4 goals in this first 25 minutes, but Buffon becoming big, and he's only on a 6.8, even though he's had a couple of really important saves to make. Mata whipping that ball in again, finds Lukaku on the edge, goes for a shot into Martial, and Martial puts that one away. Buffon, no chance. Again, a little bit fortuitous where the ball just ricocheted into the path of Martial, but we put it away. Mata whipping that ball in. Dalot in the middle. Lukaku on the edge, goes for a shot. It just flicks its way over to Martial, and he puts it in, and it's 2-0 to United. Half time has come, and we're 2-0 up, only keeping them down to a 1 shot on target, which is great. Martial's picked up a little bit of an up. We'll see how he gets on at the start of the second half, but we do have Alexis Sanchez on the bench. Going to calmly say you might be winning, but that could all still change. Don't let your performance levels drop, and they seem to all gain focus and all be motivated with that. Let's start the second half, and a little bit more of the same, please. Kurzawa down the line to Cavani, and he goes for the 1-2 with Neymar, and doesn't get there. Bailly does well to just shrug the Brazilian off, and Bailly's got the ball at his feet into Pogba, and then finds a quick ball into Juan Mata over the top to Lingard. Lingard now going to go down that right hand side, test Neymar's defensive abilities, and Matic just got that ball in the middle into Anthony Martial, into Pogba. Lovely interplay here from United into Lukaku, and it's 3-0. What a goal that was. The intricacy of the play, the switching of positions, the quick passing, that's what we want to see in this United side. Martial comes over to this right hand side, and he gets it to Pogba, quickly over to Lingard, and then he just chips it over, and Lukaku's always going to score that. It's 3-0 United. Dalot with the ball into Jesse Lingard, but Kurzawa does well, but then Pogba, big tackle on Campbell, and now Martial's got loads of room to run into, and a lovely ball over to Jesse Lingard, but Kurzawa gets back, and now Dalot's got a race on with Neymar, but comfortably back to Bailly, up to Juan Mata, but Matic there, always in that little bit of pocket, always in space to get the ball. Martial trying to take on Munier, but can't get past him. Now Cavani one-on-one with Varane into Barrios. Barrios now's got runners on that left-hand side, finds Neymar through, and De Gea with a big save, keeps a clean sheet, which is what you want in a first leg of a Champions League tie. No away goals, we're 3-0 up. Neymar from the corner, he's going to whip this ball in, and Thiago Silva's there, and that's another great block by Eric Bailly again, keeping that clean sheet. Pressure from PSG. Neymar whipping another corner in, and this time Varane gets it clear, only to Kevin Campbell. Over to Neymar again. Neymar, but great tackle by Luke Shaw. Neymar picks it up from Martial, and Luke Shaw doesn't get in the way, but causes himself a nuisance, and it's a goal kick. Neymar from a free kick, and De Gea just about keeps it out. Varane, 6 minutes to go in the game. Passes to Matic, and Cavani comes back. Di Maria coming back to his old stomping ground of Old Trafford, but gets hounded out there, and Pogba gets the ball out to Dalot, and he's going to have to go all the way over to Alexis, and that's a great switch from the young fullback, and that's a penalty. It looks a little bit harsh. It looked like Munier got the ball, but it's going to be a penalty to United. Mata's going to step up. Can he make it 4? Yeah, no he can't. Buffon with amazing save. He went one way and then quickly changed to the other and kept it out. It's still 3-0. Mata's going to take this corner and try and find Varane at the far post. He does, but he heads it over. Mata with a big chance to go 4-0 up. And that is the final whistle. United 3, Paris Saint-Germain 0. We keep a clean sheet at home. No away goal for Paris Saint-Germain. So we score in Paris. The advantage goes to us. And Matic, Martial and Lukaku all scoring. Fantastic performance from all of the lads. Going to passionately say, very happy with the way you played. Keep that going for the rest of the season. What an episode. We've scored 7 goals and only conceded 1 in the 2 episodes, and that was against a really good move from Aston Villa. But we will be back for the second leg of the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain and a big game in the Premier League with Tottenham at home. So yeah, 2 massive games coming at you next episode. But that's it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out any more content coming forward. Remember, tick that little bell icon so you're notified every time a video goes live. And until next time, when we take on Paris Saint-Germain again in the second leg of the Champions League and a massive Premier League game against Tottenham, I'll see you soon.